This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sidelines. Looking at San Antonio, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers. It's in Portland.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. For Greg, a marquee matchup here tonight. Two of the NBA's best teams with some of the best players.
And it's bound to be a fun one, right? There is elite talent on the floor. In this kind of a powerhouse matchup, both teams are looking to make a statement.
Outside, George. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, they've got their eyes on him, calling the foul right away.
And he commits the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second team.
Cunningham looking it over. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. And here is Fox. In the corner, it's Wembanyama. Here's the screen. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. They get it back. Out left to the wing. Pass to Castle. Here's Cameron. No good for... outside. Now the Pistons with it. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. He talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send him double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Wembanyama. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
And San Antonio has possession after the basket by Detroit. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Even though Fox is just 6'3", he's got some hop, showing them off a little bit on that play.
The Pistons trail it. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. The drive by Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
So fast of foot. On the run, Osir, tough to catch.
Here's Castle. Wembanyama. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Now, here's Fox. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
Wemby doesn't even need to jump to throw it down. That's just crazy.
Now, here's Cunningham. 4-point game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. The kick out to Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Spurs leading by 4. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Detroit foul. Cade Cunningham. Second personal foul.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Stolen by George.
Substitution. Number 54.
Thompson inside. Uses the glass to finish the lane. Thompson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
And the basket by Castle.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Trailing by 5. Outside, George. Back to Cunningham. And it's denied by Fox.
On defense, Fox is so crafty, uses all of his natural talents to disrupt your shot.
Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Wembanyama.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Cunningham outside. Pass to Bailey. The Pistons working the ball around now. Fires, high post, and it's good off the back rim and in.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
To the paint, Wembanyama. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 10 points in the game. Cunningham right side. Shoots over Fox. Cunningham's shot is off. San Antonio leading by 7. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. Wembanyama left side to the left side wing. 3-pointer, Fox. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Thompson looking for an opening. Over to the left wing. Here's Bailey. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama, a screen. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Cunningham for three. Nailed from three-point land.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Tipped away. Thompson way outside. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for San Antonio. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12.
13.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Spurs.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Kept alive. Outside for George. Goes back up. 6 to shoot. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Cunningham's got 5 now.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
Barnes looking around. Here's Castle. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
His confidence growing over time. The coaching staff encourages Keldon Johnson to shoot off the catch. That's his shot.
Cunningham up top. 5 points in the game. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
On the wing, Thompson. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. George double teamed. Down low. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Johnson with the rebound. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. And there's the whistle, the illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Cunningham outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 8 points for him. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. But we're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you played every team, you understand the defensive concept. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. The Pistons trailing. Now Cunningham. 8 points for him. Inside. Here's George. And he hits it to tie the game up. George has got his second basket.
And that's something Cunningham takes pride in. Sharp read with that pinpoint pass.
To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Outside for George. Clock at 6. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
And, you know, De'Aaron Fox, he has become, RJ, I think, almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, he's always had great speed, so defenders would sag off of him. But now that he has that step-back three, so you have to play up, and that's what he wants you to do.
Cunningham inside. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Fox with it. George picks him up. Here's Wembanyama. Back to Fox. To the inside. Cameron. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
I like how Fox ran that two-man game, making the correct decision. I'd like to see that more from him.
Cunningham for 3. Missed it, shooting 50% at 3 for 6. Vassell outside. Here's Cameron. Outside, Fox. Down low. Outside for Wembanyama. Here's George. Cunningham outside. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Cunningham's got 11.
And you see that one motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. The Pistons making a change here. San Antonio leading. A pass to Fox. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
This takes real toughness. Fox getting the shot off despite the foul.
Richard, you talk about the fastest players in the league. De'Aaron Fox is in the running, and I say that literally.
Kevin, he is at his best when he is attacking the lane. He's a lefty that is a tremendous finisher, and his floater, arguably, might be the best in the game.
George double teamed. Back to Cunningham. Another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with. No question. DA, thanks. Cunningham gets the bucket. 16 points for him.
He's had a rough start to this game, and that's being nice. But he's gotten back on track here in the second.
Pass to Castle. Here's Fox. It's hauled in by George. Thompson inside. Outside, George. And a wide open look for Cunningham. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Cunningham's got 19 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Inside. And he slams it one-handed.
And Fox can just explode out of the pick and roll to get to his spot.
Cunningham left side. Here's Holland. And that one released in time, but no good. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here is Cunningham. Pass to George. Thompson up top. A three ball. A shot that time, not on target. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. To the paint. Cameron. Here's Wembanyama. To the middle. Here's Cameron. The shot from the low post is good. He's got 8.
His playmaking is trending in the right direction. Vassell has shown steady growth in that area.
Pass to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, and you know what's going to happen, there are going to be points put on the board.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Thompson. They set the screen. Back to Fox. Here's Cameron. That one off the back iron and out. Thompson right side. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
Shooting for Detroit. Thompson.
He hits both from the stripe. San Antonio trailing here. Fox with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Vassell outside. Back to Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes it inside. And it's sent back by George. Pass to Bailey. Back to Cunningham. There's the pick. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And on that drive, Cunningham utilizing that athleticism, blitzing the defense the moment he sees an opening.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Spurs trailed by 4. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Oh, there's the street cleaning. Wembanyama.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Pass to Bailey. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Vassell outside. Now Wembanyama. Shot left block. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Wembanyama's got it all tied up now for the Spurs. Thompson with it. 8 points for him. Harris outside. San Antonio with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Wembanyama looking it over. To the inside. For the lead. Misses the layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Kicks it out to Richardson. Harris a screen. Pass to Bailey. Stolen by Van Vliet. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
shooting two.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Thompson. 8 points for him. Richardson outside. Harris a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Harris draws the double.
And I understand that people might not realize this, but he's 6'7". You cannot forget about his bounce because he's got some.
And he may never be an all-star, but Richard, Tobias Harris has a big impact on the game.
And he came into the NBA as a three-man. But in a lot of ways, he's become the prototype modern power forward. Able to hold his own inside, but also space the floor from three.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And here is Van Vliet. Still scoreless. On the wing, Johnson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Bailey. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Vassell with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter.
Number 0.
Cunningham inside. Good D by Johnson. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
14 foul. Detroit foul.
And Van Vliet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that Van Vliet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Van Vliet outside. And it's sent back by George. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Here's Champagny. Just 4 to shoot. A 3. Not going to go that time. Good D by Thompson. 35 seconds left in the third. And Cunningham with the slam.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Inside. To Cunningham. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. His three-pointer's off the mark. Vassell outside. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Tie game in San Antonio. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Now, here's Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Down low. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Here's Castle. Vassell outside. Wembanyama outside. Back to Vassell. Wembanyama with it. 5 to shoot. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
Everyone loves seeing Wemby put up serious points. His team, his coaches, definitely the fans. That's what they pay for.
Cunningham inside. Thompson for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Cunningham with it. Now guarded by Fox. Cunningham gets the bucket.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Wembanyama, a screen. It's Fox with the drive. And it's Fox with the jam.
Just so crafty getting to the rim. Fox runs inside, leaps over the defense for the easy finish.
It's George on the wing. Back to Cunningham. Now George. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And that one, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Left side, George. Cunningham outside. Thompson outside. Pistons passing it around. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Knocks it loose. Here's Bailey. Detroit, no good that time either. Basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a long time coming, partner.
It's Fox with the drive. That gives them the lead. And the Spurs lead by 2.
It's the speed of De'Aaron Fox that is just so tough to match.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Wembanyama, right side. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
That is where you want to see Wemby. making big plays in big moments.
Cunningham outside. Here's Bailey. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
The Spurs making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And clearly an important junction. He's going to have some choice words with his team. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in a tough situation. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 1. Out to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Bailey. Over Cameron. Bailey misses.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Right side, Fox.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Bailey. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Pass to Castle. 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. Outside, Fox. To the paint. Wembanyama, outside. The tray. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Cunningham with it. Pass to Thompson. To take the lead. And the layup is good. And the Pistons lead by 1.
Monster points from Thompson. No fear in the big moment.
Here's Castle. Over Thompson. Inside. Trying to end the drought. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. So it's the Pistons now. Short. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
As big a basket as that was, the free throw probably even bigger. Now you've got a 2-possession lead all of a sudden.
That is a huge shot by the lefty, and Fox is proving that he can be the go-to guy when his team needs a bucket.
It's Cunningham with the drive. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And they go to the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Shooting for Detroit.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that hole?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
Wembanyama outside. Good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He has the talent of the greats. It's just, can he dominate late game like all the greats have? Wemby getting it done.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game. Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. Here's Castle. There's the triple. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Pistons who come out on